In this video, I'm going to demonstrate what to do when your PAT4.0 4.0 hand tool pulls up the cable tie but doesn't cut off the tie waist. Let me simulate. Okay, all you want to do is take your bundle and pull the tie out of the tool. As you notice, the cable tie waist is come out real straight. There should be some arc to that waist. And next, I'll show you how to make the adjustment of the gripper pinch point set screw to fix that. It is possible to adjust the gripper pinch point set screw without removing the housing if you're familiar with it. Let me show you. First, I'm going to disconnect the hose from the hand tool so I don't accidentally actuate the tool. And then what I'm going to do, if you take a look in the front of the tool, there's a hole where you can put a 1.5 millimeter Allen wrench. I have a ball driver Allen. And what you want to do is just take and push your front jaw in. And what you want to do is come on a little bit of an angle downward, or a little bit of an angle just to get into the hole where the 1.5 millimeter Allen screw is at, like so. And now I have it in here, and what I'm going to do is just adjust it about 1/4 to 1/2 a turn. And then I can take this out. Now I'll take the hose and put it back on the hand tool and try actuating. And now the tool's cutting off properly. Next, I'll be showing you how to make that adjustment with the housing removed. Prior to removing the housing on the PAT4.0 4.0 hand tool, you want to make sure you're properly grounded with an ESD ground strap, as you can see that I am. This will prevent any damage to electronic components inside the hand tool. Next, you want to just take and remove the 5 screws out of the left-hand housing. And there are 2 different length screws, so a lot of times I just leave the screws in the holes in the left-hand housing so you remember where they go. Okay, I think my screws are all loose here. I can just take and remove my left-hand housing. And by the way, this piece that just fell out is a counterbalance holder, and it actually belongs right here. So when you go to put the tool back together, that's where your counterbalance holder goes. If the tool pulled up the cable tie but didn't cut off the tie waist and you had to pull it back through the gearing, it might be an adjustment on your gripper pinch point set screw, which is right here behind your front jaw. So what you're looking for is you want a nice arc on your cable tie waist. If the tie waist is coming out real straight, your gripper pinch point would need to be adjusted. So what you want to do is just hold this up like so. If you notice, there's a hole cut out in the front of the housing, so you can actually do this with the housings on if you're familiar with doing it. But just I have a ball driver Allen, 1.5 millimeter. I put it in the little set screw in the front of the headstop mount assembly, and I'm going to turn it about 1/4 to 1/2 a turn. And that's how you adjust your gripper pinch point set screw. Prior to putting the top housing on the tool, or the left-hand housing, what you want to do is just take and make sure all your wires are seated properly inside the tool, your membrane switch is seated properly in the housing, and your rib on your electrical connector is lined up in the slot on the bottom housing. So then just set that down, take your top housing, set it on, make sure it snaps together nice like so. And then, like I say, I'm going to put the screws in. There's a short screw, a long screw, another. I'm going to leave this short screw out because I'm going to put the counterbalance holder in there, and then put the long screw in the back here. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and tighten these screws. I'm going to set this other screw right here. And then again, prior to putting in this screw right here, I'm just going to take my counterbalance holder and line up the hole in there, and then put this screw through it. And again, if you're not using a counterbalance holder, you don't need to install that. After making your gripper pinch point set screw adjustment, that should resolve your problem. Let me simulate. Also, I'm going to shoot a tie with no bundle here at all. And if you notice, there's a nice arc to my tie waist now, which I had mentioned before in the video. And as you can see, there's an arc to that tie waist, so that helps to complete the cycle. That concludes the tool not cutting the cable tie off problem.